Welcome to the Top Shelf Takes Championship Round 1. Today, we're going to be talking about who are the top 6 fictional characters to have on your zombie apocalypse team.
Monster.
That's not true, they dive into it.
Yeah.
Buzz! Yes, it does! This is the Top Shelf Takes Championship Episode 1. We're taking some of our most elite fighters and pitting them against one another to see who can make it to the championship round and be declared the Top Shelf Takes Champion. The champion will also be receiving the Top Shelf Takes Top Shelf World Cup. Here's how it's going to work. I'm going to be judge for all rounds. We're going to have 3 episodes, each with 3 different contestants competing. In the 4th episode, the 3 winners will meet on hallowed ground to decide who wins the Top Shelf Takes Top Shelf World Cup. Sometime down the road, they will have to defend that title. Today, I'm going to give each of you a 30-second opening pitch, then a 3-minute debate at the end of which I will pick a winner for the spot on the list. Most spots on the list wins. If there is a tie, whoever has the higher spot will take the day. I'm going to be your judge today. My name is Tim.
Hey guys, I'm Dylan, contestant number 1.
My name is Steven. I'm contestant number 2, and I don't know why I was chosen. Because I'm not elite.
Hi, I'm Katie, the Big Mouth Muse.
The Big Mouth Muse, indeed. I could not be more excited to find out what our contestants have. I can tell all 3 of them are ready. They smell that Top Shelf Takes Top Shelf Cup. They want it. They have it in their sights, and they're ready for it. Let's see who's moving on to the final round. But for this, we're going to be talking about what fictional characters would make the best zombie apocalypse survival team. And without further ado, I'm going to pass it off to our first debater, Katie Muse.
Thank you for that wonderful introduction. My number 6 pick is, I was thinking for a while, he was the last person I thought of, and then I was like, you know what, I don't have any like animated characters on here. I'm going with Baymax. You need your health people, you need your first aid person, and I feel like Baymax would be good, and he's comforting and friendly. He's a good friend. You'll be taken care of with Baymax.
We're going to go to the next debater, move on from Baymax. We'll hear more about him later. Let's hear what you have to say, Mr. Steven Zubricki the 4th.
What's up? All right, for this list, I decided of my own rules. I was only going to go with females, and I was never going to go pick anyone from the MCU. And I'm taking my 6th. I almost broke a 3rd unspoken rule that I have of no deities, no gods. Number 6 on my list is Mary Poppins, the ultimate bag lady, left in the bag. Is it an AK-74U? When that one runs out of ammo, is there another AK-74U in there? Can she go into an alternate cartoon dimension? Yes, she can. You want her on your team.
Love to hear it. Wow. We have Mary Poppins herself joining us. It's nannies versus robots. Let's see what the next pick is. Let's hear from Mr. Dylan Frazier.
Let me paint a picture for you. Several months into the zombie apocalypse, you're wandering around in the woods, you're cold, you're tired, you're scared. Where am I going to get my next meal from? How would I give you an adventurer constantly in the woods, surrounded by companions? And you know what? He catches them all, people. It's Ash Ketchum from Pokemon. And Pikachu and all of his Pokemon pals, they're all coming along for the ride on this epic adventure to survival.
Love to hear it. All right, people, we have Baymax the robot. We have Mary Poppins, the magical nanny, and we have Ash Ketchum, the best Pokemon collector of all time. Your 3 minutes begin now.
I don't think discussion's necessary. Anything that Ash has or that Baymax has can be put in Mary Poppins' bag. Alternatively, do you want someone on your team who's going to whine the whole time, like Ash, or who can scold the zombies into submission, like Mary Poppins?
His amazing Pokemon pets. Like, you're going to wander around the zombie apocalypse with, like, no love and compassion and, like, what's a world without pets?
Speaking of love and compassion, Baymax is really good at that.
Speaking of like the real type of love and compassion that you need is Mary Poppins, like tough love that is also adventurous, that is going to teach you life skills at the same time. Mary Poppins can give you everything you need. It's all in the bag. And when you want to get away from the zombies, step into the cartoon universe with her, because she can take you to that alternate dimension where the zombies would be animated and much less scary.
Well, that just sounds like then we're not even like fighting zombies.
Like that.
Like
Ash
then
could
we're not even
hypothetically
dealing with
catch all the
zombies.
zombies in his Pokeballs. What's stopping him from doing that? And
They're
also,
not Pokemon.
you've got a bunch of Pokemon that can like fight right alongside you.
I feel weird about the fact that we have the Pokeball and the bag, which are like very similar in that they're small things that hold bigger things. Baymax is just like, this is if we're talking like we're watching like a zombie film or we're surviving a zombie. These two sound like they have like loopholes, which I don't know what the rules were, but I don't appreciate it. Baymax at least can like deflate, and then you can put him in his little box. Like imagine a scene with like live action Baymax from Big Hero 6, and they're like in this like ruined freaking science lab trying to find like the cause of like what caused people to become zombies, and then they find Baymax, and like Baymax just goes with everybody and helps and it takes care of everyone, and he's everyone's best friend.
But
The problem with Big Hero 6 is it doesn't show the fact that Baymax can pop.
Yeah, what happens if Baymax gets bit?
Maybe he
Is Baymax gonna like really defend himself against a horde of zombies?
I mean, from what that's a great point.
Can Mary Poppins hold her own and like the zombie horde's closing in around you? Mary Poppins reaches in the bag and where's the gun? Oh, that's accidentally an extra sandwich, and oh my god, a spare pair of shoes. Well, I know the gun's in here somewhere. And then
you are assuming that Mary Poppins has nothing useful in her bag for the zombie apocalypse.
I'm assuming Mary Poppins' bag is unorganized. The amount of things there, I dare her to keep that thing.
I feel like I only want, like, the argument is only that we want Mary Poppins on our team because she has this bag. It's more the bag that you want on the team than Mary Poppins.
The bag. It's the fact that she can fly away. It's the fact that she brings a chimney sweep friend who can plug them with his chimney sweep.
She might, like, that's basically what she does is when she decides that, like, we're all sad and taking care of herself, then she'll just fly away and leave us. Can she be trusted? She might just abandon us and up and fly away.
Time! You guys didn't make this easy for me, and I'm taking notes the whole fight. And I do have a winner, and it is not the winner I thought I was going to go with. I felt, and please don't argue with the judge, I felt I heard two finishers for two of these characters, and one got under the radar that I didn't hear a finisher for. So I am going to choose Ash Ketchum for number 6. I'm sorry, but it was well pointed out that you more want the bag with Mary Poppins, and also she might ditch you. She might just fly away. And Baymax, if he gets bit, I'm scared he's just going to deflate and be a little useless. So our number 6 pick is Ash Ketchum. Let's not linger on the past. Let's move on to number 5. And for this round, Dylan, take us away.
My next round kind of encompasses what both of you guys' picks just were. Some tough love, some really important knowledge out in the woods, surviving, a bag of endless things, but this one's even more magical. It's Hermione Granger, arguably the heart, soul, and brains of the Harry Potter team, as she carries the other Harry Potter and Ron Weasley, the silly, fun, doofus pair, through all the way to taking down Voldemort himself.
Time! We'll hold there. Very well. I'd love to hear what you have to say, Mr. Steven.
For number 5, when you have a zombie apocalypse, you are constantly surrounded. You never know where the zombies are going to come from. unless you have a teammate on your side who can see the future and tell you where those zombies are going to come from with a side of sass. That's right, I'm going with That's So Raven, okay? Close your eyes and see the future, okay? You don't want to step behind a tree that a zombie's behind. You want her to be able to pull you right back, smack you silly, and then smack the zombie silly, and she will, and she will do it for you.
Wow, I did not see that one coming. All right, Katie, the time begins whenever you're ready.
I just want to say that I'm glad we all have ladies for this round. This is my first warrior, and she's a little outside of the box, but you want kind of a mother figure on your team too, I feel like, to care for you and take care of you. We're talking Beverly Goldberg of the Goldbergs. Played by Wendy McDonald-Levy, and she's just feisty. She's Betty. She's gonna take care of you. She's gonna fight for you, and also she's probably gonna be pretty pissed because who knows where her kids are, and she's gonna want to find her children.
Time. Wow. I can honestly say I didn't see any of these picks coming, really. So I love it. Let's start the debate now.
I'm just gonna come out and start with, again, kind of what I said last time. The horde of zombies are closing in. You need a whole cohesive team that like works together as a full unit, but you also need like all of them be able to like stand up on their own individually at times to like combat the zombies. And I think Hermione can do that and help carry other members of the team. Where yes,
she belongs way higher on this list. Way higher on this list.
We'll get to the rest of my picks, but Hermione, she's gonna carry the team at times. And what happens if either of your characters like get one-on-one with a zombie? Are they like, you can't?
She's never gonna get one-on-one with the zombie because she sees them coming.
I don't know that that's true.
Coming 100% of the time. What if they're all asleep and like they just come up on you? How's she gonna predict that?
Yeah, I don't know that. I feel like part of Raven's character is that she's learning how to, even now in the show where she has children, she still like doesn't know how to handle her psychic abilities at all. She's still like is learning.
And plus you're gonna be thrown into like the duress of the extremely high pressure situation of, a zombie apocalypse. You're not gonna be all clear-minded the whole time to really be able to narrow in on where everyone is all the time.
All right, I have to side with Katie here then. And put what Beverly
Goldberg
on this list because Hermione does not belong down at number 5. She is so much more valuable and versatile than just being someone who carries Ron and Harry. She is her own person.
She's the backbone of the team. You need to have a team backbone. And
I have the backbone. Don't worry, I have the backbone.
All right. I want to hear about Beverly Goldberg. I want to hear about Beverly.
I mean, I pretty much said before, first of all, she's like funny, but also like my mother, we call her Bevy because she's like Beverly Goldberg. You want a protective mama bear figure to take care of you. And she, she's not only got the brains and like can be manipulative, but also like in case maybe you come up on like other survivalists that like are threats to you. But then also she'll like, I bet your bottom dollar that she would fight like and actively try to punch a zombie like in the face or something. Like she is like literally like animalistic. And she's just like, and also she's like based off a real person, which is cool.
And she is from a sitcom. And do you know the amount of like problem solving that arises from being on a sitcom, like the number of things that are unexpected that come up in every episode that you have to be able to deal with? That I'm sorry, Hermione Granger, yeah, she's got Harry and Ron, she belongs way higher, but Debbie has a skill set that is unique and she can keep it light while she's doing it.
Truly, she is a mother.
But how is she gonna handle herself in like a straight fight? Because you're gonna have like straight up brawl.
Time. All right, guys. I'm not gonna keep you waiting too long. This one felt made for me. I'm gonna say that the number 5 pick is Beverly Goldberg.
Okay, I'm very proud of my number 4 pick. She's also a little outside the box, but I was sitting here thinking like, I need a crafty person. I need a survivalist person that's good with their hands and can make things. And honestly, the first person I thought of was Jessica Day from New Girl. The new girl herself. She's great at arts and crafts. She's also like Beverly, very feisty and will fight and will run. She can run kind of quick.
I'm going with Raya from Raya and the Last Dragon.
Nice.
She has an impressive physical skill set. She also has connections where they matter with the people who matter and the dragons who matter. She has shown like incredible grit, being able to traverse an entire land. And if I'm going to be with someone traveling the country, getting away from zombies or fighting them off, I want Raya on my team. And I want to ride on that armadillo.
I think every team needs a wild card. Someone that can stand on their own, someone that's not afraid to get their hands dirty, someone that can just run amok into the zombies and create chaos so everyone else can escape, but still survive themselves and get able to come back and do it all over again. You need a fail-safe for every sort of zombie attack. And my fail-safe is the Ice King from Adventure Time. Ice King. Ice powers, he can fly. He's already like crazy as is, so the zombie apocalypse isn't even gonna throw him up. It's just another day in the office.
Like, I get it.
He's gonna come in and the zombies will be close together. Oh my god, what's going on? What are we gonna do? And Ice King is just gonna fly up and just freeze everything.
I get
And
like
they're
the
gonna get
wild
right
card
out of there,
element.
and he's gonna
But when
fall
you're
around
talking
and
about like you have to live with someone and survive with someone, I don't feel like the Ice King is someone I'd be able to trust.
I totally agree with that. I don't want a loose cannon on my team when I'm already stressed as it is. I do not want the loose cannon being someone that maybe he's powerful, but I don't know if I can rely on someone who's in that state all of the time. Whereas Raya is someone who is incredibly driven and understands like the value of people. The whole journey that she goes on is all about coming to understand the people around her while also being a badass. And I'm sorry, but I want that on my side.
like, what happens if the dragon's not around?
When did the
Dragon always
dragon?
gonna be
Raya's a
around?
badass.
Like,
The dragon's its own character, probably.
Yeah, and Raya's her own character on her own that I still would want with me. Have you seen her sword? She has this incredible sword. She has trained as a protector of one of the dragon stones. And it is absolutely brutal training that she has to go through. And she proves herself from an incredibly young age. She has been training since she was a child. And I don't think there's competition here.
Just Day would be good because of like thinking about like group morale and everything. She could sit there and play a cute little song on a ukulele or
She
something.
already got a mother.
But Bevy's not like, all right, let's sing around the campfire kind of like mom. Jess would start that. Jess would like start that. Like her quirkiness would boost the moods of the group. And then on top of it, she's, like I said, she's crafty. She can make stuff out of who knows what, and make who knows what tools or clothes or she could also help with like first aid stuff. Like she has variety, and
There's
she's
a
not
difference.
necessarily a warrior, but I don't think this whole list should just be fighters. So
But there's a difference.
But you gotta have someone that's gonna bail your team out. And again, I'm going back to Ice King as the failsafe here. You can motivate him. He might be off, but you can just tell him that princesses need to be saved. And if he goes and saves a princess,
Time. It came down between Raya and Ice King, and I think Ice King was hit a little hard. This round has to go to Steven for Raya, and that puts everyone on the board. This is a neck and neck race, guys.
sometimes, guys, you just gotta blow shit up and drive away. And have someone that can't even get bit by a zombie and affected. It's my man Bumblebee from the Transformers series and the Bumblebee standalone movie, which I heard is fantastic. Bumblebee can do exactly as I just said. He can just destroy massive herds of zombies all at once, transform into a car, y'all hop in, and he drives away. And you're all set. And he's a transformer. He doesn't need gas. He can be your main transportation method.
Time.
I believe that I want someone on this team who is undyingly loyal, who is a killer with a sword, and I mean that both literally and figuratively, and someone who has your back. And that person, my friends, is Brienne of Tarth. And I want her on my team every day of the week. Game of Thrones, I want her and that huge sword of hers hacking off heads and getting picking me up when I'm down.
Yeah, so I had a similar rule to Stevens of like not doing Marvel characters, except it was I didn't want superheroes. So I did pick a Marvel character. The actress that plays her was also on The Walking Dead as a badass character. It's Okoye. Wakanda forever. She's the leader of the Dora Milaje. She's a badass. And if you don't want her on your team, I think you're kind of crazy. Like she's gonna just demolish everything. And she's loyal as hell. We know that.
I feel like we picked like very similar people, Katie. And I think
I know.
what it comes down to for me is that I know that Brienne is used to functioning as a unit herself. Whereas I don't, can you pronounce the name of your character again?
Okoye.
Okoye. Okoye has the group, and it is their fighting style when I watch the shows and when I watch the movies is so like they're reliant on one another, and that's what makes them powerful. But I don't know that I would take a single one of them over Brienne, who has overcome so much on her own and has such a strong track record of defeating her enemies solo.
I don't know. I feel like it's crazy to say that one of the Dora Milaje, like on their own, isn't still incredibly threatening. Like they can take care of themselves individually for sure. And then on top of it, they have like the badass Wakandan tech. Like
I would also argue we have a full team. You kind of want them to be able to work as a team. You don't want one individual person with a sword being like, no, I got this solo style and run off. It's just going to make your team.
He doesn't say that.
That's true. Yeah, that's a good point.
And like also to come at both of you now, Brienne of Tarth is an amazing badass in a medieval world where her only weapon against zombies is going to be a sword. And
Could you
there are
imagine
a lot
if she got her
better
hands on an
weapon
automatic?
choices out there, such as like alien blasters and missiles that Bumblebee offers you, for example, that would just do a lot better than just the sword. Yes, she's got all the experience fighting the ice zombies, not to take anything away from her. But I'm just saying, when you stack them all together, you're gonna have you need a tank that's just gonna run through zombies in a worst case scenario. Because the longer you're alive, the more zombies are gonna be there. You know what I mean? And you're gonna have to escape situations. You're gonna need to take out large groups, and someone's gonna have to do it in your group.
Where do you hide Bumblebee?
Oh,
Where do you
no.
hide the bright yellow robot when you're
I
hiding
don't
from
know.
the zombies?
What do you need to hide them for? They're zombies. They're mindless. They just
Well, I mean, like,
mindlessly come right in towards you. They don't. There's cars everywhere. It's not like there's one random yellow car.
What if he's like a giant like robot? He's going transformer mode, and then that attracts more zombies.
Then you
Yeah, I
transform
feel
to
like-
the car and you get it and drive away.
I feel like with Bumblebee, you have yourself a magnet for attention if you're stomping around or driving around in a very loud yellow car.
True, sometimes it's
I think you got a magnet for attention. And Brienne,
Well, I think he's gonna be able to
I think Brienne is
handle
adaptable.
whatever
If you
comes
put-
in. You know what I mean? They're just gonna run right at him, and he can just swipe them all away. He can just walk into the middle of them. They can bite him all he wants. He's a robot. He can just walk right into the herd of zombies and just smack them all. Like it doesn't
But
matter
they
how
can
many.
bite you.
He can
But
defeat
they
them.
can bite you. If he attracts them, they're not all going to go for Bumblebee. They're going
Time.
to go for you.
Our number 3 pick is Okoye.
Okay, cool. When I was thinking of archetypes of characters that you usually need on your team. I thought of you need a medical professional, preferably. You need someone who can take care of your health. And also I kept thinking of Sherlock Holmes. And you know what you get when you put those two together is Dr. House from House. He specializes in weird medical things, which is probably what started the zombie apocalypse, is some like weird medical thing. So we got House. Hugh Laurie, woo!
For my other bag lady, who also is incredibly versatile, has a lot of knowledge and magic that can work for healing, and is way more versatile than just being the person who lugs Harry and Ron around, is Hermione Granger. Hermione has so much knowledge magically. She can help you disguise yourself. Apologies potion and all of her magic of that. She also has a bag of everything. She also has healing magic and a brain.
Time.
Another key component to your team, you need an outdoorsman, a huntsman, someone that knows everything around them, someone that can just walk up onto a patch of berries, you can eat those, it's fine, because you've been eating in 3 days. But also someone that's going to carry their weight in a fight, or a slasher, and also someone that's got a little something inside of them that's not going to let them turn into a zombie either, and it's Wolverine.
I think Hermione just deserves to be in this spot. She has proven her her value to a team. She is an empathetic person. She's highly intelligent, way smarter than me, and I want that on my team. And her skill set is just so diverse. I think that's the most important thing about her.
I was going to talk more about why House makes sense. House makes sense.
Not who you said.
Because like I'll bite in the butt. Like the Sherlock Holmes types are like, again, like Hermione, apparently very intelligent. Again, I'm not terribly familiar with Harry Potter, so I'm a little weak here. But House is like can be a little cold, but that's part of the show, is that he learns to like work with the group and work with the team, and so he would be able to work with this team. And then, like I said, I think it's pretty badass to like, you're not just trying to survive the apocalypse, but you're figuring out the root cause of the apocalypse, because that's for sure what Dr. House would be doing. And again, if we're talking like we're watching something and not just like living it, but if we were like watching a movie, that'd be pretty fucking rad to watch like House like try to, with a group of people, try to solve. Oh, it'd be awesome.
I think that would be awesome, but I don't think it's realistic. I think he's a medical doctor, and I don't know how he would fare in a fight situation. I don't know how he would fare in a situation where there's high tensions among the group already. I know he learns to love and work in a group, but is it his dominant trait? I would say no.
Every like survival movie zombie type like group, like you said, has to have like one or two people that like just won't connect with anybody, and it takes.
No, it doesn't.
And then usually it does. At least from, I don't know, my number one.
Yeah, in the movies, because it's interesting.
Wait, so I don't know much about Dr. House, but it sounds like he doesn't necessarily always get along with people very well, and he's also just there to like figure out what happens to the zombie.
Well, he's also like a doctor, so he could take care of if someone got hurt. Like, again, I don't feel like these teams are always just like, obviously everyone has to try to fight, but they shouldn't all just be fighters. And so like,
I feel like also like the more you go on, the more you're gonna learn how to do like basic first aid, like that, like for survival. So like over time, like you're gonna have people that can do that anyway.
Just like over time, you'd get to know the group and everything, and you get along with the group.
How good is Dr. House when he's outside of a hospital? When you take him away from his tools, and he has to do improvised medical procedures. Also, is he a surgeon? Or a doctor?
I mean, you can say the same about Hermione. If you took Hermione away from her magic wand and the bag, and
that's true. Does she have the bag?
Like she's gonna be stranded.
Time, Katie. I would love to watch the movie that you pitched, where Dr. House is trying to figure out the zombie apocalypse. Like, I want to watch that tonight. However, I think basing it purely off what I heard for and against, and it just makes sense, and Dylan even doubled down on it, I think the number 2 spot needs to go to Hermione Granger. The number 1 round. Everyone, buckle up.
Who buckles like that with the same side?
My number 1, I feel like needs to be a team player, an essential extra support person for injuries and such, and downright bad ass. The most powerful person on this whole thing, it's Scarlet Witch.
I want someone who is maternal, who will protect us all, who has the power to avenge me when I die. And I want someone who has the life experience and history to put things in perspective, keep me moving forward, and kill a lot of zombies. Mrs. Weasley, my friends, not my daughter, you bitch. I want her on my side, and I want her killing all those zombies like they're Bellatrix Lestrange every single day of the week.
He was the first character I thought of that I was like, oh, hell yeah, gotta have him on my team. And that is Indiana Jones. He's my go-to like classic survivalist character for my list of just, he's an adventurer. He's gonna take care of you. We know he can fight. He's got the whip. He'll kick butt with the whip. And yeah, I'll dive into it more.
All right, here we go. And the 3-minute debate where anyone could take this game begins now.
I would like to start and say it really hurts me that I don't have Indiana Jones on this list. He was a really tough cut, but let me tell you why he was kind of a tough cut for me. He doesn't have any sort of protective anything on his body. He runs around in pants and like a loose t-shirt. Like that is just screaming like bite me wherever you want, zombies. And he's got the 6-shooter pistol, sword, 6 shots, 6 zombies, good work. The whip's gonna keep him at bay, but I think ultimately the whip is like a long-range weapon where all the zombies gotta do in a mass is just close in on Indiana Jones, and he's kind of screwed.
If he doesn't have any armor or protection or anything, it's because he doesn't need it, because he's that badass.
I don't know if that's true.
No, it's true.
I think the difference between Indiana Jones and Scarlet Witch and Mrs. Weasley is the versatility of their tools. A whip versus a wand. Which one do you pick? Any day.
Or versus ultimate magic and Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch is gonna wipe the floor with Mrs. Weasley. Let's just be realistic. She got all the life experience.
What happens when Vision goes away?
Up in the glowing red thing and just chucked aside. Scarlet Witch almost took down Thanos 1-on-1. She was holding her own against like the most powerful being in the universe.
The thing is, Dylan, is that she has her magic is chaos magic, and again, much like Raven, she's at a point where she doesn't know how to handle it.
Exactly.
She doesn't know how to manage her power.
But she could kill you accidentally with her powers, and I'm not up for that. I want Mrs. Weasley who knows how to take care of her family, and I want her with that wand and the power.
If you take the situation Scarlet Witch is thrust into in the movies, she prevails. Her magic comes to from the terror and the necessity of it, and you're gonna get all of those in a zombie apocalypse. You're gonna have your back against the wall like she did when she had to fight Thanos, and you watch what she did.
She's like,
what happens?
She's becoming a villain, dude. She's not. You can't trust her on your team.
What happens when she accidentally creates a hex? When she accidentally
mind controls you.
Yeah, that I don't know that I want someone with that power. She's emotionally immature a little bit because of her powers, and she has severe trauma. No, nothing wrong with having trauma, but I don't want to be sorting through that while dealing with the zombie apocalypse.
My arguments against Mother Weasley is that we already have a motherly figure on the list now because of that.
We have a badass motherly figure now.
Well, Beverly's also badass, and you helped me fight for that. So, Mrs. Weasley, I don't know that we need two.
Even I'm gonna hurt you. I think Mrs. Weasley is just a lesser Hermione Granger.
Whoa.
Oh, I disagree entirely. I just want to say number 5 for a reason.
I want to shut down the fact that Indiana Jones can't take care of himself in the zombie apocalypse, because that's how y'all made it sound, and it's just not true. All of the movies, we see him so many times scoot inches away. He manages to get away from death. He's a survivor.
But he runs into danger.
But that now is just walking towards you brainless with. That's the only thing they care about.
Yeah, you don't need to run into danger when the whole world is danger because it's a zombie apocalypse. So
real life is not the movies.
He's in his element,
But real life experiences don't matter in a zombie apocalypse. What experience do you have beforehand that's going to prepare you for a zombie apocalypse?
Other than survivalist things, and that's what Indy is in this case.
Indiana Jones, though, he runs into danger. Real life is not
most experience with this.
Real life is not the movies. Indiana Jones would not have the same luck that he has in the movies in real life. I'm sorry, that stone would have crushed him.
If we're talking the characters as the characters are, then he would. If he's just
we'll leave that up to the judge.
Ladies and gentlemen, I do have my decision, and I made this decision in the very last seconds of the extra 1 minute, because the number 1 pick is Indiana Jones, meaning Katie is the winner of the round 1 of the championship. Moving forward to the finals, our first finalist has been decided. Wow!
Congratulations!
Stunning win.
I needed this. Thank you.
Indiana Jones is the number 1 spot. I'd love to list off our official 6-member zombie apocalypse team of fictional characters.
What a team it is.
I need to hear this.
Number 6, Ash Ketchum. Number 5, Beverly Goldberg. Number 4,
Raya. Number 3, Okoye. Number 2, Hermione Granger. Number 1, Indiana Jones.
Guys, I want to thank you so much for playing. I had the time of my life. This has been round 1 of the Top Shelf Takes Championship. Katie, we're going to see you down the road. We're going to see you about 3 episodes from now when you compete and you go for that Top Shelf Takes Top Shelf Cup, okay? And you're going to have to bring your A game because I am sure that that will be the fight of the century. Dylan, Steven, I want to thank you both for fighting. This was a nail-biter of a fight. I was on the edge of my seat the whole time. If you liked what you saw here, give us a like, subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out to see more content like this. We can keep this stuff going. Agree with our list? Don't agree with our list? Let us know in the comments. I would love to hear what you have to say. That's all for now, folks. Thanks for joining us. This has been Top Shelf Takes.